Before we actually start everything, first shout out to, let me get your name right, Mari Ruby for doing an amazing job at drawing Blue. And this has happened because for two reasons, alright? So, the one reason why I wanted to have Blue to be commissioned by an artist, honestly, and have this beautiful artwork be done is because y'all said Blue is y'all favorite people. So, you know what? We're gonna have Blue get the first female character of the OCs to have some art, drawn by someone else. So, that's one thing. That's the one reason why I wanted to, show off it basically with that whole voting thing, because that wasn't just a voting thing. That was literally just to see who's going to get commissioned first. So, Blue is the lucky one. So, your support of Blue is also the support of possible more art for her. So, that's also a wonderful thing. So, clap it up for the people that like Blue. And secondly, when it comes to things, again, they've done an amazing job on this picture. And as you can see, Blue boob grab, so that's also amazing. So again, follow this person, please. They have done an amazing job, and they absolutely dominate in a lot of other artworks if you want to commission them, So go ahead and give them a follow. That would be much appreciated. Now, let's actually get to the biggest talking point of today. Twitch being a bitch again, and essentially, the falling and collapsing of the platform at a rapid rate, honestly. So, when it comes down to things, there's been a lot of crazy stuff that has happened when it comes to Twitch, smashing people on streams, the whole gambling thing that's recently happened, some other top Twitch person is now being canceled for a lot of other things I don't necessarily too much care for, but in a grand scheme of things, it is like a giant cluster truck of a lot of things that's happening to the platform. And as evil and as toxic as it's gonna sound, low-key, I've been slightly enjoying this entire fall. Now, I ain't gonna necessarily lie, I do feel bad for the creators that don't do anything on this platform except do what they're supposed to do, and for the creators that literally is like the smaller channels on Twitch. I do feel bad for you, really I do. But when it comes to literally anything else, I don't necessarily feel as bad. And especially with the way Twitch has been ran and how they constantly keep shooting themselves in the eyes, it's kind of been really a downhill for a long time. Now, not saying that, oh, because I'm on YouTube everything's superior. No, not everything is superior on YouTube, but at least we don't have a whole bunch of barbarians running around thinking that they own the place when you really don't. And even though YouTube does it in a very horrible way, at least it's not as horrible as Twitch is. At least to the biggest amount of extent I can possibly give it, honestly. So, it is what it is. But granted, there's nothing really gonna be perfect by either company. But, I would honestly still remain and rather be here than over there, honestly. That's just me. And that just stream, and I guess that's just putting up videos on different places, honestly. We're just talking about streaming. My ass will probably still try to go to Trovo whenever the day comes where I get the chance to stream. Whenever that day is, I don't know. But still, I want to stream one of these damn days. Hoping it was this year. It's not going to be this year, unfreaking fortunately. But anyway, when it comes down to things, watching people on Twitch, or at least watching the platform itself and how it's kind of just going in this perpetual cycle of cluster effing around and literally just continuously having people run up on their platform doing whatever they want to. The top people themselves, by the way, and just doing whatever, end up just, and just allowing it, and then doing these weird ass bans as well, literally banning people over the smallest things that is not necessarily that big of a deal. But then sometimes when a bigger person or another person do something that's actually bannable, they only get hit with the smallest of bans, like a 7-day ban or whatever, which makes no type of sense whatsoever. If it's going to be applied to everyone with the rules, it should be applied across the board evenly and equally. One person shouldn't get one piece of banishment, and then another person shouldn't be able to get the smallest amount of banishment for whatever reason. It doesn't make a lot of sense, honestly. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Twitch does not necessarily give a damn about its creators anymore, or ever really give a damn, honestly, about them. And if things start even getting worse when it comes to the rules of Twitch, and actually they start to finally enforce some hoes, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case, because let's be honest, a lot of those suckers have been taking advantage of Twitch for a good chunk of time, and Twitch has been sitting by and letting it happen, which it's everybody's damn fault. So if things were to start happening and go crazy and to the point where, you know, it's getting to a damn breaking point, honestly, because I don't think it's there yet. Like, I feel like we're getting close, so I don't think it's there yet. But still, when it comes down to things, I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, Twitch ends up becoming some type of barbaric, rulish, strict ass site that won't allow a lot of things, honestly, if they actually were to enforce these rules. But, you know, they ain't gonna necessarily do that. They're a pushover. They basically like getting cucked by everybody. That's essentially what it is. But, you know, it's just weird. Twitch is just weird, in a weird state of mind at the time, and, you know, Twitch is just at a weird state in mind at the current point in time, and it doesn't make any type of sense whatsoever. And when we're looking at YouTube, honestly, outside of, like, obviously the weird things that have been happening with YouTube for the last couple of weeks, like, you know, the random favoritism and stuff being called out like that, potentially the whole racist thing, and, you know, obviously, like, the copyright claims and all this type of stuff, and strikes that comes out of nowhere, and all this other type of stuff that obviously we've been dealing with for ages. Somehow YouTube is still kicking Twitch's ass for no reason. So if you haven't seen recently, and I got hit with this email as well, if you haven't seen, like, maybe in your emails, if you're like really focused in on YouTube and stuff, especially on the short side, you're getting hit with a, you know, new program with the monetization. So apparently Shorts is gonna get hit with its own new, bigger, good version of monetization, which will allow, you know, some good ass revenue to come from that. And then we also have, like, what, something with music finally being able to be, you know, used on the platform without too much of a worry of the copyright system with that, which is great, honestly. And I think that also extends to, like, long-term formatted videos as well, like kind of like videos like these. So, you know, that's great, honestly. And, you know, there probably is going to be some downsides to however that's done, honestly, because, you know, there probably always will be a downside. But it's like somehow they're trying to come back in a way to make some type of changes to the platform to make something work for everybody in a way, especially for the people on the short side, because they're gonna get a lot of benefits in 2023, which is great. And I told y'all, I asked this before, if you haven't made shorts, make them hoes. They will help your channel. They have helped my channel a little bit. Had they helped me, like the redo of Hillamine? I cannot necessarily say that, but it has helped me in a way. But still, nonetheless, shorts is gonna be where it's at. I think the requirements for shorts to get paid off of those are, like, you have to have 10 million views, which honestly is freaking ridiculous on, like, the short side. And then I think you need, like, 1,000 subscribers, which beats the hell out of the watch hours, if I'm being perfectly honest. It completely beats the hell out of the watch hours, because videos can go viral just like that, honestly, if you know what you're doing, how to hopefully have the algorithm on your side. But still, nonetheless, that is better than having, like, the 4,000 watch hours that you need, because trying to get to that and keep it consistently at that point has been hell. We have not been monetized yet. Still, for whatever reason, YouTube put an ad on one of my videos, and I'm not making any type of cash for that. So I don't know what that was about, but still, nonetheless, it's just a bit weird, honestly. So when it comes down to things, there is, like, a few slight changes here that's potentially going to come through in 2023, hopefully implement it correctly, and, you know, help out a lot of people, especially smaller channels that might be working on shorts and stuff too. And, you know, people that use music and stuff, hopefully that will help them as well to make video content be a little bit better now. And that's the big hope, honestly. So weirdly enough, I like how YouTube has literally gone through a lot of shit themselves and then try to make something better for the platform for everybody in some shape or form, and yet Twitch can't not figure out how to honestly deal with their content and their platform themselves. Honestly, this is the time. If YouTube want to actually fix up a lot of problems, this is the time, because I don't necessarily think YouTube is, like, the worst damn place in the world. It does suck at times, like, we can all agree, it does. But I do feel like it can be potentially good, and it could be one of the better platforms that exist, honestly, if it cleans up a little bit of the mess that it has, honestly. And which that might take years. I mean, if it's taking music this damn long, imagine how it's going to take a long time to, you know, fix up certain other areas. But still, you know, this is like a step in somewhat of the right direction. Then maybe later down the line something bad might happen. Who the hell knows? The YouTube system is weird. But nonetheless, this is a bit of a good step, honestly. Like, this is a very rare W that we end up getting, honestly. So, you know, that's pretty much good. Something that, you know, Twitch could honestly learn from for whatever reason. They don't want to learn, and it's kind of ridiculous. Also, when that revenue on the shorts happen, I think it's going to be like a 45 and 50 split, honestly, when it comes to the videos, I think. So that's not actually that bad, at least from what it sounds like, because you're just getting a lot of money, even though YouTube gets like a little bit more extra, but it's not that much more extra, you know? So that's not that bad. So when it comes down to things, if you haven't made shorts or haven't made shorts content, I highly recommend that you do, because again, it will benefit you. Even if it's not you getting made some paper, you can, you know, get some good exposure off of it, and it does be a benefit, because even the last short I made wasn't that necessarily that great, but it got 750 views, which is something that I was not necessarily thinking was gonna get at all, because I thought it was gonna be way less, but got a little bit more than what I was thinking. And it's honestly a good benefit to have shorts too, because TikTok is horrible, and I honestly deadass gave up on TikTok like a long time ago, because the algorithm and the guidelines on that site is horrible and trash. You can't upload what you necessarily want to upload, even if it's literally not that much showing anything. It will still get you. Two of my most popular memes on that website ended up getting canned just because it showed a little bit of something, which is not necessarily that life-threatening TikTok. Like, YouTube allows it just a little bit. You know, it's not anything too crazy, right? It's not the most devastating thing in the world, yet they canned those TikToks and said, no, we're not going to let you be able to re-upload those. And so I don't really care to upload there. I'd rather just upload here and then just occasionally upload there if I have something new for here. So, you know, it's really been beneficial, honestly, to have this as a website I can upload stuff on when it comes to TikTok related content, and then, you know, have TikTok as like a slight backup of it without it being like, even though it's a useless ass platform, honestly, if you're trying to grow big. And I think I've heard too that monetization there has been harsh as well, and it's been really difficult. So, you know, again, YouTube kind of stepping in and just being like, yeah, this is how we're gonna do it and how we're gonna make it better than your shit. So that's a good thing. Anyway, when it comes down to things, a lot of these platforms have a lot to learn. They have a lot of things to, you know, fix, honestly. But I feel like with the right actual steps, and if they really tried, they can get there. It might take a while, but they can actually get there. And not really that surprisingly, YouTube is the only place that kind of wants to try to make it work a little bit better, even though it has a long way to go. You know, I'm hoping to see more newer platformers to kind of come through and just kind of show off how they should be able to do things. Like, I would like to see Trovo actually beat Twitch, and, you know, Trovo actually fixing some of the problems they got themselves. It'll be nice. It would be nice. But yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about for this one, honestly. We will be definitely coming back tomorrow, because tomorrow is a special day, especially for this channel, because it is the anniversary of this channel. 3 years coming in tomorrow, so that's a big deal. So when it comes down to things, I don't know what I'm going to upload for tomorrow, but we're still going to make sure we recognize that, you know, it's been 3 damn years that we've done this damn channel, so be looking forward to that tomorrow. But anyway, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about for this one. So hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification on your way out. Also follow me on Twitter. And if you'd like to donate to the channel, Patreon is available as well. And until then, it's your boy Jay, signing off. Have a blessed day.